Hello, everyone. Today we are going to talk about different aspects of women and the workplace. Nowadays, we see that a lot of women are joining the workforce. They have jobs and they earn for their families, but they have to go through a lot while being employed and taking care of their family members. So, what are the different issues that we must know about and understand in connection with women and work? That will be our topic of discussion. Okay, so let us look at a harsh reality. Though a large number of women are part of the workforce in our country, the reality is that the share of women is not the same as men in the employment market. So there is this inequality. When someone is employed or actively looking for employment, they are said to be participating in the labor force. So if we want to define the concept of labor force, we can say that all those people who are working or those who are looking for work, they are part of the labor force. So if we look at the current data as per the latest data, that is something that came out in 2022, the current global labor force participation rate for women is just under 47%. Okay. For men, the same data is 72%. That means the labor force participation rate for men worldwide, okay, is 72%. So that's a difference of 25 percentage points, with some regions facing a gap of more than 50 percentage points. So this is a global data, and the difference between the percentages of men and women participating in the labor force is 25 percentage points. And in some areas, that is the average, but in some areas, we will see that this difference goes up to 50 percentage points. Okay, so that is a reality which is worrying. We should be concerned about why less number of women are part of the workforce globally as well as in India. Okay, so what are the different barriers holding women back from decent work? Why don't women join the workforce as much as men do? What are the different reasons? There are some stereotypical ideas that women are made for the kitchen. Many women reported that their immediate family disapproved of their decisions to work outside the home. If they would be tasks like, making pickles or making papad, something like that, then their family approved of that kind of work. But otherwise, they were not allowed to go and work in an office, which is outside the boundaries of the home. Okay, so what is the reason behind this attitude? These stereotypical ideas, that means ideas which have remained with us for generations. Okay, unchanging ideas. People don't question such ideas. It is taken for granted that women are born for the kitchen. Then what could be another reasons? Another reason, there is something called care economy. Okay. Now, what is care economy? It includes those activities that people perform daily. Okay, often in their homes, including chores or taking care of other persons, such as infants or the elderly. So if there are children at home, women have to take care of them. If there are elderly people at home, then women have to take care of them, and all these activities, they are taken for granted. That means they are not considered a productive activity which is part of the country's economy. It is never seen that way. Okay, so therefore this care work, taking care of others, it becomes a burden for the women. Okay, which keeps them from joining the workforce, from having a job. Okay, then a majority of women living in rural areas engaged in household economic activities. In rural areas, many women, they contribute to what we call household economic activities. That means whatever they do that generates money, creates money, but that money is for the family. Okay, it's not as if they are earning a wage or they are getting paid, but they are doing some activity. It's a kind of business, and then whatever money is coming because of those activities, it belongs to the family. Okay, so they will work in their own fields, okay, or their own handloom or handicraft units. So it won't be considered job or something that is paid work. It will be considered part of the work that they do at home for the family. So just like making dinner or preparing the breakfast, similarly working in the agricultural field, it is considered natural for a woman of the family, especially in rural areas, to indulge in those kinds of work, and they are never paid for that work. Okay. Then women's personal preferences are dominated by traditional gender roles. See, a survey was done, and women from different areas and from different socioeconomic backgrounds, they were asked whether they would like to do a paid job, whether they would like to go somewhere and work, and whether they would like to earn a wage or a salary. Okay, then more than 70% of women said they would like to do such a job, but they don't. They have, their constraints. They cannot do it. They would like to do a paid job, but they cannot do it. Okay, so what is happening here? The women's personal preferences, what they would like to do, okay, they are dominated by traditional gender rules. Okay, so they would like to earn money, they would like to do a job, but that is not allowed by the traditional gender roles which are given to them. So they become silent and they don't think it is necessary to pursue their dreams or aims. Okay, then the lack of safe and accessible transportation. This is a real problem faced by many women who have to travel long distances to reach their workplace. Okay, so from home, they have to either use a bus or a cab in order to reach their workplace, which is far away. Okay, now if that kind of a journey, which is to happen daily for a working woman, if that kind of a journey is not safe, then obviously the family will not allow the girl to go looking for work, to go looking for better opportunities so far as a job is concerned. So she will be restricted and she will not be allowed to join a job which is far away from her home, because we do not have safe and accessible transportation facilities. Then women who have a spouse or partner, married women, they are less likely to be employed in a paid job or be actively looking for one. So suppose a woman is married, her husband is working and earning a decent sum of money, she will be less likely to go looking for a job. She will say, what is the use? Why should I work? My husband is earning enough for our whole family. And why bother going to look for a job, and why bother, working such late hours? So it's not required. That is the attitude of many women. So this is part of the male breadwinner bias. There is something called the male breadwinner bias. That means what? People think it is the duty of the male member, mostly the husband, to work outside and earn money for the family. And if that meets the needs of the family, then the woman does not need to go and look for work. That means what? The value of a job is only important so far as the money it brings into the family. There is nothing like job satisfaction. There is nothing like making your own identity. Okay, had that been the case, even if the husband is working, the woman would want to do something of her own to create her own identity. But that urge is now silenced by the male breadwinner bias. Breadwinner means somebody who earns food for the family. So if a male member is doing it, then the woman member need not work. That is the attitude. Okay. Then there is also something else, motherhood, and that is a reality which women cannot go without. So they will have children, they will have to take care of those children, they will have to devote considerable amount of their time helping the children to grow. Okay, so they have to take care of their nutrition, their education, everything, their health. Now, motherhood and child care responsibilities also keep women from looking for work that will satisfy their expectations of themselves. So many a time they sacrifice their dreams and aspirations to take care of their children. And many a times they have to bear discrimination at the hands of their bosses or colleagues, because in their workplace it is thought, oh, she will become a mother soon if a pregnant woman. Okay. So because of motherhood and child care responsibilities, many times women have to suffer discrimination in the workplace. Okay, so many companies, they prefer men to women just because there is a possibility that the woman would get pregnant, have children, and then she would have to devote a lot of time for childcare. So these are some of the reasons why women are kept away from the workplace often. Though they would like to work, they are not able to join the workforce. Okay. Okay. Then there is something called role conflict that working women have to face. So what is this role conflict? So there is a little trouble with my throat because I have a cold. That is why there is some problem. Kindly bear with it. So working women and role conflict. Working women operate in two contrasting worlds, the world of work and the world of home. Okay, so there are two worlds which a woman, a working woman, is expected to take care of, where she is working, where she is getting paid, and her family, her home. The demands of these two worlds often conflict with each other. At home, the woman is expected to provide care and services to the members of her family without any expectations. The world of work expects women to be highly productive and professional and to bring profit for the organization. What happens is the worries of one world often affect the other world, and this creates a role conflict for women. Okay.